Hey everyone, great to see you here as always. Thank you for your time, much appreciated. Today's topic is why you should never take loyalty for granted in your freelance business. Predominantly we're talking about clients today, but this can also refer to some of the relationships you have with collaborators, that type of thing. So I'm going to explain what I mean by that, and towards the end of the video, some of the things you can do to ensure you keep appreciating the loyalty of your long-term relationships in the business. So first of all, what we're talking about here in terms of the relationship. So with clients, we're talking about people who have been working with you for a long period of time. That can be on a retainer basis. It could be the fact they continually bring you new projects, and it could also be the fact that even if they don't work with you directly, they're a good source of referrals or testimonials, or they provide a case study where required in terms of onboarding and selling, pitching to new clients as well. So it doesn't always have to be directly on a kind of traditional retainer-based model, which often I talk about in these videos. I believe that's one of the best ways to freelance in terms of your pricing. I'll link to the pricing video if you want to explore that a bit further. But in terms of the loyalty, these are clients, as I say, that have been working with you for a period of time and they deliver significant value to your freelance business. So what do you need to be aware of? Well, you need to be aware of the fact that what can happen is you take them for granted because maybe you're dealing with some more challenging clients, maybe you're onboarding some new clients and you want to make sure they get off to a good start. All these things are valid, but we know how important it is to look after those long-term client relationships. It's much more expensive, as I'm sure you're aware, to onboard or bring in a new client than it is to keep an existing one. Not only that, there's a direct cost, but also there is the fact that you need to kind of onboard them again. There's all that elements of time and process that you need to go through, a lot of work, and you don't necessarily know actually after the first few months if that is going to be a long-term client relationship, whereas obviously your existing ones, you know for a fact they're in that position where they are a long-term client. So how can you go about making sure they feel that you don't take them for granted and you appreciate their working relationship? Well, there's a few ways to go about it. One of the most simple but effective ways is to thank them directly. And you don't want to be doing that all the time, of course, but if you're going through your monthly reports or quarterly reviews or you're delivering on a project, just say thank you so much for your business. It's much appreciated, and I look forward to hopefully working with you again in the near future. A little line like that can go a significant way. So that's a starting point where you should always be thanking your clients for their business. Of course, it's a transaction, you're adding value, there's an exchange of money, etc., but still, you are thankful and you should be thanking your clients for that business that they've brought to you. The next thing is a little bit more subtle, and this comes into communications throughout the project and the process, and that is kind of delivering on everything you say you will, making sure you turn up to meetings on time, making sure that you stick to time frames on deliverables, making sure you keep people up to date on everything they need to be known about, because that is a good sign that you're not taking them for granted. Because if you were to do the opposite of that and be slack with your meetings, be a little bit late and kind of like that, then they would start to feel maybe they've got a bit too comfortable. So consistently delivering those things is a really good way, actually, without overtly communicating as you are with the thank you that you are valuing their business. And then one of the final things I talk about here is kind of gifting to clients. And of course, maybe at Christmas and birthdays, people will do that. But I prefer to kind of stand out a little bit because you can get lost in the noise of the Christmas gifting and all that type of thing. Is that if they reach a milestone, say for example, they've been trading for a year, or they've reached a certain revenue goal, or they've a certain number of clients, or whatever it is, they might be doing different things of certain other sales if it's an e-commerce business, anything like that, is to send a little thoughtful gift to the client. And this could be something maybe through your communications you've learned they like a certain bottle of wine, or a very, it doesn't have to be extravagant, a small thing, handwritten note thanking them, and that's going to stand out so much to them. They're going to value that. A little bit of effort on your side will go a long way from their perspective to feel like, wow, that was a nice touch, appreciate it. You get that kind of reciprocity process going as well, where they're going to want to continue working with you and kind of pay that back in their loyalty as well. So again, this is a short video, but one of the most important things I feel that helped me grow my freelance business to where it got to was the fact that I never took my long-term loyal clients for granted, and they would continue working with me and repay that loyalty continually as well. As I mentioned earlier, this also can work with your collaborators. So if you're partnering with other freelancers or you work with support teams, colleagues, etc., you're going to want to show the similar level of gratitude to them to continue those relationships, because obviously they help fuel the growth and development of your business as well. So you can apply the same tactics basically to them as I've mentioned for your clients. Hope this was a useful video for you as always. Do like and subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and I will see you on the next one.